All right, I got a rant. So I picked up this anime called Loner Life in Another World. I'm expecting what the title states. You know, a loner life in another world. Bro gets isekai one way or another. I don't care. Truck, whatever. He shits himself. It could be anything. So he gets isekai with the whole class. I was already like, oh my gosh. You watch the first episode. It's the typical, stereotypical stuff. I was like, oh no, man. You know, you kind of know what you're getting yourself into. But I digress. I just keep going. I power through it. I'm like, it might be something good. And I was eating this stuff up last night. I watched 6 episodes, binged it, and I was like, bougie. It's got 12 episodes. I watched episode 7 today, and this is where I'm coming in now. So for the first I'd say 2 episodes, he was pretty loner. He had skills. He would talk to himself. It was whatever. You know what I mean? He was developing quickly. He was snowballing. I like that. I like that. You know what I mean? You're by yourself. You're keeping to yourself. The main character looks like any other character with black hair. By the way, it is the most typical look possible, which is another indicator of this shit's about to be ass. But I digress. I kept going, and by episode 3, some people show up to his humble abode or whatever the hell you want to call it, his little rock cave area that he bougied out. They like it, blah blah blah. I mean, I'm fine with that. You know what I mean? I guess I was trying to relate to an anime, and that's the problem with most of these animes. They don't make it so you can relate. They're just making a character that they think would be enjoyable. I want to point this out. Before I even go to the rant, let me explain further. You would think he'd be a loner, right? He's constantly in company, which is fine because some people prefer solace, but they don't mind socializing. Except he lets these people basically push him over and bring him along, and that's where I get pissed. This guy's chilling out in a forest by himself. He can live there for the rest of his life just chilling. He's stronger than most of the other people. And then the class representative, right, who's a chick, he's been friends with her forever. Just suddenly comes in and says, "Oh, hey, all these girls, something bad happened at our camp. We need a place to stay for the night." So this guy, he lets them all stay in his house. He's got a pretty big cave house, whatever. And then he's outside, blah blah blah. Shit gets done. They're gonna go back to the city, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna stay here, peace." And she's like, "No, you're coming with us." And then he just does that. From episode 3 onward, he's just there and he wants to go back, and he's like, "Right, finally I get to escape." This guy can fly. Like, what the hell are we doing? He can fly. He can go invisible. At a certain point, like I said, and this is where I'm getting at. You know how I said they don't make a character you can relate to; they just try to make it an enjoyable character. It's not enjoyable. If the whole premise is he's trying to live by himself, and he makes it so incredibly hard for no dumbass reason, how is that enjoyable? This dude just I want to see this guy be in the forest and just live. That'd be so chill. Like those farming animes. Those are somewhat chill, and even then they're kind of ass. There's another one, but he wants to be alone, and he makes it so unbearably difficult. And then one of his reasons was the class president will grab my shoulder and be like, "No, you can't be leaving. Just ignore her. What the hell are you doing, dude? Just walk away. Like, what do we like? She can't fly. You can fly. Get the hell out of there. Like, what are we doing? He's bound by nothing." I get so livid. This is a copy and paste character. And it's like, well, you're not saying nothing new. No, I'm not, but I'm so tired of it. You go looking for animes to find a diamond in the rough, and instead you find shit in a desert. You can't find anything. Well, maybe you might find an oasis in the desert. You know what oases are, right? It's thick of algae and shit and everything. Oases are horrible. If you find an oasis, don't drink the water. You can't even you can't even drink it. It's not edible. Nothing. It's bad. I got off tangent. You get the whole premise. I'm going over here to at least watch an anime. I don't understand how I was eating this shit up for 6 episodes last night. I started episode 7 today. Oh man. Oh, don't even get started. There's this guy who killed 4 people. I know, right? They're killing people finally. Uh, uh, Monsters, by the way. They never actually kill the monsters. They just hit them and the monster goes bleh. That's not fun. I mean, sure, you don't need a short gore for it to be fun, but that's so bummy. And then there's this one guy who kills these 4 bad dudes. Nobody really feels sorry about it. I'm glad they didn't make anybody like not even the class president was like, "Oh no, they're dead." She didn't care. But our main character is like, "Hey, I'm gonna fight this guy." This guy has killed 4 bad people. He intends to kill everybody else. Instead of killing him, our main character just knocks him out. And before this even happened, the dialogue, right? The evil guy basically stated his entire plan, and our main character's like, "Oh, I knew it." And then the evil guy's like, "Oh yeah, well I did this, 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 and this." And then our main character says the most dumbass shit ever. He says, "So it was you all along?" No shit, dude. That's what he just said. What are we doing? I'm spraying, not really saying. Can you see the spit coming out? It's it's the most obvious stuff possible. And like it's not even fun because they try to make an enjoyable character rather than just making a fun character. There's a difference between trying too hard and actually being fun. Eminence in the Shadow is the complete opposite of this. I'm not looking at the character like he's a pushover. Eminence in the Shadow, the character's not a pushover. And whenever he's in a bad situation, he'll just dip or he'll just lie about it or he has luck on his side. They make it fun writing. This one's just ass writing. Like it's not. It's just goy slop. That's pretty much what it is. Like, what are we doing? The main character is more feminine than anything else. He's not being manly. Give me a man. Give me a give me an actual guy I can watch. Oh, it's because the main character's 16. I was 16. I had hair on my balls. I had hair on my face. Why has this guy got nothing? Come on. Well, not all people have hair on their face. Yeah, but they got hair on their balls. If you got smooth balls, what are you, a chick? Come on now. Like, I'm just, I'm so livid. I want to watch something somewhat enjoyable because Crunchyroll has got nothing good right now aside from like a few animes right now. You know what I mean? Like I sent it to the Bookworm. That's a fun watch, I guess. I like it. And then there's To Be a Hero. That one's good. But that's it. I'm looking for characters that are like the Punisher, Jack Reacher, Daredevil. I want development. I want somebody who's not a pushover. He's like, well, why don't you watch Vinland Saga? Obviously, I watch those main ones. But I want a more niche one that you don't really find. It just bothers me. This guy's being held back by a class president. Get real, dude. Like, what are we doing?